Hello and welcome, everybody. It is episode 54 of Spreading the Nerd. Thanks for the memories is the main theme this week. I am your host, Clint Coombs, and as always, joining me is Rick Davis. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. I hear rumblings that in our friends to the east, good old France are flying the flags at half mast today. But
Yes, we are.
yeah, I'm sure we'll get into that at some
We
point.
are going to get into that. That's going to be the main, not the main part of the show, but we are going to have a little bit of a little remembrance
A little memoriam.
memorial for a friend of the show. We'll also be, like I said, thanks for the memories. We're going to be talking mainly about past memories of games all the way back. We're going back, people, or even just a few years ago, maybe just memories that have stuck with us through the gaming years that have really almost molded us, or just vivid things that have stuck in our head.
And credit to our man Freight Conductor. It's something he said when he and I were in the chat over watching Save State with Kevin Ainsworth and Sam Heaney for Save the Game Media. That he said something in the chat, and it kind of like made me think like, hey, that would be a good topic. And I sent it to the boss here, and he approved. So
Definitely. No, I love talking about memories and stuff and showing how old I am. It's great. We also have a little show and tell from Rick later with some instruction manuals that are freshly hot off the press. I'm excited to see myself.
I can almost smell the ink from here.
Oh,
Love it.
Smell. It's the smell.
Mm.
But first and foremost, we are still missing our comrade Silkenet. We're not sure where he's gone or what he's up to. We just really miss him.
We do miss him.
And
it's quiet and entirely too English speaking without him here.
we definitely need we need our Canadian person back here.
Our French Canadian Frenchman. Yes.
French Canadian. We've even had people from the Discord say that they've heard his whispers in the wind as they're out walking, or they've made these very nice images to share for their friend. This here is from one of our friends from the Discord community. We still talk about you, and then the great baguette, as we think of Silkenet as that, as the bread. So yeah, Silkenet is missed. We miss him. I know he's okay, but we're not.
Yeah, just to be clear,
okay.
For anybody who's coming here going like, "What the hell happened to Silkenet?" This is all a joke. Silkenet is fine. He's out of town. But we made a note that it's quiet and different without him in there.
It's quiet
and it's become a running joke. I just want to be clear that way. If anybody is not in our Discord to come and go like, "Oh no, I hope he's okay." He is fine. This is all a joke.
However, we do have a mock-up of if there is a funeral. We finally find our bro. If there is a funeral, we do have a mock-up of what it will look like. Just a little something like this.
Press F to pay respects.
He's gonna watch this and be like, "You sons of bitches."
Can we get some F's in the chat for our fallen baguette, bro?
Yeah. So just a a very nice coffin with just lots of baguettes to take into the afterlife, and of course the gaming headset to hopefully stay in contact with us in the afterlife as well.
Sure.
But all jokes aside, we just really miss you, Silkenet.
That part's not a joke. Well. That part's not a joke. I hope you're having fun, but we do miss you. I can't wait to.
Yeah.
Can't wait till you're back. I think he'll be back by the next show. I think he comes back midway through next week, but
I think so.
I don't know if he's gonna watch this back, but if he does, he's gonna be like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And to be clear, science has not answered that question yet. But
True.
we are hoping that one day it may.
True. And just in case something does happen, you can contact the Canadian Baguette Foundation at 1-800-4-SILKENET, and every proceed will go towards giving baguettes to the needy. So yeah, it's a good cause. Reach out and Yeah.
Give
Anyways,
generously.
yes.
Send your
Everybody
tax
needs fresh baguettes.
deductible donations to us, and we will ensure that they get to the right place. And you may or may not receive a fresh baguette in return. I make no promises.
We'll give you a call out. We'll do some terrible AI images with your name and a baguette. It'll be great. But yeah, I was making those at work today, and I was like sitting in a parking lot, just it's like cackling like a little girl. So I'm sure someone looked at me and like, what the fuck is he doing? Oy vey. But so what let's get into the meat and potatoes a little bit. What have you been playing, sir?
A little bit of a lot of stuff. The big one, obviously Outer Worlds 2 came out today, but I got a whopping half hour to put into that, so I can't really comment on that much. But the big one this week, and I talked about this on yesterday's X Button, which is now live. Ninja Gaiden 4 came out on Tuesday, I think it was. So that was, as you are aware, that was quite the roller coaster of emotions. Me and Ninja Gaiden 4 right now have a pretty complicated relationship. But the long and short of it is, so day one, I actually went. I know this is not a joke. I went to bed so angry that I spent money on it. I was like, man.
I remember you saying that, yeah.
And I was not joking, man. I was fuming. I was like, this game is bad. Like it's not what I wanted. It's bad. Blah 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 blah. I put away the hate boner, and approached it with, okay, now I at least know what it is, and I was like, okay. I still, despite what people say, I still don't think it feels like Ninja Gaiden. I don't at all. That said, it is a competent and good character action game, nevertheless.
Okay.
That said, anybody that's ever listened to me ramble on about Ninja Gaiden 2 will know that my biggest complaint was, at least for what I played, that it was far too easy, especially compared to the original game, which turned a lot of boys into men. Let's put it that way. Yeah, they took my criticism and said, yeah, we'll show you, because holy hell, this game is merciless. Yeah. Like I am not joking. I am playing on hard. It launches with 4 difficulties, the last of which, of course, being Master Ninja, which is locked until a second playthrough. But you can select easy, normal, or medium. It doesn't, or easy, normal, or hard, which it doesn't give them like stupid names like Ninja Gaiden 2 did. I did start on hard. I'll be honest. That my strength in that is wavering. I'm starting to think like, man, I don't know if I could do this.
Might be rethinking it.
Not rethink. I would just turn it down.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, turning down.
Yeah. My stubborn ego is telling me not to, but I'm on chapter 2, and this game is just beating the hell out of me. When I finished chapter 1 a little bit ago, I had the death count, and I died 44 times in the first chapter. I'm like,
oh yeah, Jesus.
It ain't getting easier. Before we came here, I was doing there was like side quests in it that you can unlock. And I got to the area where you do it, and I mentioned to you before the show, I was like, I don't know if I was playing Ninja Gaiden 4 or if I was playing fucking Ikaruga, because it was like a bullet hell shooter, man. You were getting shot at from every angle at all times.
That's crazy.
And I was like, God damn, this is insane. I'm not in a bad way. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just like, my God,
right?
Like this is 10 times harder than any point of Ninja Gaiden 2 that I remember. And again, I'm in the very beginning. So yeah, that's pretty wild. They really did go, and that's actually too, because while some of Platinum's earlier games, those would be the optionals for it. I've only done one Purgatory so far, and I actually didn't have too much trouble with it, but it was only the first chapter. And I used the maybe 30% health reduction, something like that. I mean, you can go way lower than that, but that was where I was like, all right, I'll give this a shot. But no, this is a side quest. It leads to an optional encounter, but it's like a destroy the something or other. I don't know how much you've played, but if it's the destroy the DDO bodyguards or something like that, where there's generally like 10 of the guys on kites that are just shooting at you like you're a deer. It's crazy. But without going into it, because I did spend a solid 45 minutes rambling about it yesterday, I will say some of my bigger criticisms about a little of that is, okay, so actually let me say this first. I've seen a lot of reviews of that said, yeah, this definitely is Ninja Gaiden with like a dash of platinum, and I totally disagree with that. It is platinum with a dash of Ninja Gaiden. I'm not saying it doesn't have any Ninja Gaiden, because it does. You still have your flying swallow dive and your Izuna drop and all that stuff. But the gameplay is much more like I mentioned to you beforehand. It feels like a more fast-paced Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, since that one was like your sword-based game, which is a good game. Like, that's not a big criticism of that, but whereas I don't think it feels like Ninja Gaiden 1 or 2, for example, even though you have the obliteration techniques and stuff like that, it feels very different. That said, so leading into where my criticisms would be in terms of comparing, I guess, to Ninja Gaiden. First of all, and I have seen people say otherwise, and I don't know what they're talking about. I think the camera in this game is unbelievably terrible. Significant. I'm talking in combat. I'm not talking about in traversal, just in combat. It adds a lock-on mechanic, but I'm like, that's not how you play Ninja Gaiden, though. The whole point of Ninja Gaiden is you got 50 enemies around you, and you got to figure it out. What now? I assume you've played the previous couple Ninja games.
Yeah, it's been a bit. Yeah, but
So the way that camera worked, and it wasn't great, but it worked, was you would pull a trigger and it would automatically reset the camera behind you, right? So the idea was you always had a quick camera reset at the ready whenever you're. They don't have that in this. They just have the lock on, and that doesn't work very well in my opinion for how at least I play the game.
Can you switch to characters like with a button type of thing?
Yeah, you can. But also here's one other issue, right? If I want to reset the camera behind me, why would that be? It'd be because I want the camera facing the opposite direction, right?
Right.
Yeah. When you lock on, if there's an enemy in your line of sight, it locks onto that enemy, so it still doesn't turn the camera on for you. And I'm like, yeah, no, we need. Oh,
yeah, I don't like that. Interesting.
So there's that, and then another thing, and this is where a big Platinum versus specifically Team Ninja's Ninja Gaiden comes into play. When I think of the combat in Ninja Gaiden, even 2, when I had issues with it, right? Well, okay, sorry, let me be clear. Ninja Gaiden 1 or 2, not 3. When I think of the combat, I think of specifically one word, unless you're referring to hard, right? And that word is precision. I don't believe this game has the feeling of precision, because Platinum Games combat is usually not very overly precise. It's more about your combos and the flash and the and the style and all that. And it's not so much the attacks themselves; it's Yakumo's movement feels very Platinum-y, which is almost too fast for what it is, and thus not interesting that I want. It's not the end of the world, but it is it is a complaint. And last one that I'll really mention. Oh no, actually, there's 2 I want to mention. One other one, which anybody that disagrees with this, you should learn this person who they are, because they should be on a watch list somewhere. Anybody disagrees with this is just flat out wrong. The menus are fucking horrible.
That sucks. I hate bad UIs, dude.
Because I'll show you a picture when I'm playing it later. I'll take a picture and show it to you. It looks like the fucking Virtual Boy. Everything is red text, like this blood red text. Even Alex, who loves the game, is like, yeah, I can't argue with that. That's absolutely true. I don't know what they were thinking with this text they did. And now I don't particularly like the HUD either. He said he didn't have an issue with the HUD, and the HUD's serviceable enough. I just don't like how it looks. It looks a little busier than it needs to, I guess, without being overly complicated. The last thing is Yakumo sucks. Yakumo really, really does suck. And I'm not referring to his combat and all that, but he himself just freaking sucks. And then now this is just something, just a little bit of info for people out there. If you bought this game under the pretense of how Team Ninja sold it to you, which is to say a dual protagonist game, I'm afraid I got some bad news for you. This game is Metal Gear Solid 2, but in reverse.
Interesting.
Whereas Metal Gear Solid 2, you played the very beginning as Snake and then didn't play as him again. Yeah, you play all but 3 chapters, I believe it is, as Yakumo. You play like the very end as Ryu, and that's it. And Ryu only has 1 weapon, which I assume is the Dragon Sword.
Interesting.
Now, that in itself is not necessarily a bad thing, depending if you like, the combat. But they did really false market this by calling it a dual protagonist game, because it really simply is not. I mean,
Right.
Now, when you finish the game, you do unlock like chapter select and all that. And Alex said you can play as Ryu in every chapter if you want after that point.
But the main story
in terms
while
of
you're
the main
playing
story,
through.
yes. Now you will play as Ryu to some extent, at least in whatever the DLC is. But the main game, you barely play as him.
Interesting.
And again, that's not a criticism. The criticism is how they marketed it as a dual protagonist game when it's really simply not
when
that.
It's kind of not, especially when it's at the end.
Yeah. And it does apparently it does did you ever play Devil May Cry 4? I don't know if you're a big Devil May Cry guy or not.
Yeah, I love Devil May Cry.
So you remember how in Devil May Cry 4 Dante's missions were just reverse?
Yes.
That's what this is. You just do
well, okay.
not necessarily reverse, but you do some of the same levels as Yakumo.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
interesting. Yeah, I haven't tried it. Where are you playing? Are you playing it on Xbox or?
No, I got it on PlayStation, which I went back and forth because I actually always did play the Ninja Gaidens on Xbox.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if I trusted the Xbox without the Pro. Right. And then because of the UE5, I did actually play Ninja Gaiden Black 2 or Ninja Gaiden 2 Black on PS5. So I was like, all right, I'll get it there. I kind of look at it, I'm like, man, maybe I should have gone with Xbox just because the way that like the blocking works, it feels a little more natural to be using the left trigger as opposed to L1, which I switched to. It actually defaults to R2 because it's using more of a Platinum Games like dodging control system. But and actually the funny part was, until I talked to Alex yesterday, I didn't realize that until today I was not running it in Pro mode. I was running.
Oh no!
I was going to ask. I was like, man, I usually always do look through the options. Why did I not do that? And he pointed out, he's like, well, it's because the game basically throws you into the game before giving you the main menu.
To a menu.
I'm like, that's a good point. So I probably forgot to check it. And he said that. I'm like, I never did change that. And it doesn't default to, if you have a Pro, you would think it would default to using Pro.
Right.
It just defaults to performance. So I changed it today, and it definitely does look better for sure.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Where are you playing it, Freight? Are you on PC or are you on Xbox?
I'll give it a try at some point. There's just so many games, and I'm interested in it, but I'm not like I need to play it right now. I'll get it at some point. Anything else you've been playing, or just kind of that? I know we've been playing some Battlefield together, but
a little Battlefield and then a little bit of Silent Hill F. Although obviously for the last couple of days that's kind of got put on the back burner. I am getting back to that and just kind of pounding through the rest of it.
I need to do the same.
Yeah, so you may have mentioned me saying, or may have noticed rather me mentioning that I have put about a half hour or so into Outer Worlds 2, which, if you recall, I have spent the entire year basically fighting back against that game. I want to just state my piece on this. I was not going to get it, but I started to watch the reviews, and the reviews actually pretty much everyone that I watched said that it addressed every issue I had with the first one. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a try. I'm probably not going to play it a whole lot though until like I have I'll be on vacation the week after Thanksgiving. I'm going to play it to get a feel for it, but I'm probably going to mostly hold off playing it until then, and then I can kind of like put a lot of time into it,
So I've been mainly just playing Final Fantasy Tactics on the Switch. I'm almost done with that. That's almost done. I did the whole quest to get Cloud and the whole Flower Girl thing. So it's very Final Fantasy 7 side quest. So it's pretty cool. But almost done with that. And then I finally got Trails in the Sky from Limited Run in the mail. So I'll probably
on time.
Yeah, it's just almost a month to the day. Thankfully, I was on the subreddit and I was hearing horror stories that the metal case, when people were opening it, just fell right apart. And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, They were just opening it and it just like unhinged. And then also that the digital codes that it came with,
that one didn't work. Not the codes, but the case. That would be squarely on Limited Run too, because they had it assembled when they got over.
Yeah, and they literally
that would have been
one of the
100%
updates.
On them.
And then they said the codes weren't. Some people said the codes weren't working either. So I was like, Jesus Christ! So thankfully, my case is good. My codes work. So I'll play that once Tactics is done. Of course, we've been playing Battlefield 6 together and with friends. Really, I'm probably going to take a break over the next few days because I've been hitting it hard. And I'll probably take a break until about the 28th because that's when the major patch comes and also the
a whole 4-day break.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, whole 4 day beta.
I hope you can get through it.
And that's when like the battle pass and stuff. So I'll probably still play some, but I'm not going to hit it as hard. And then I did get home and I did get because I liked Outer Worlds 1 a lot. That definitely had problems, but I just loved its style and stuff. So I was looking forward to Outer Worlds 2. So I did grab the upgrade premium or whatever through the Xbox app. So I did play that when I got home. I got about 3 hours into it, maybe 3.5 hours. I got through the tutorial onto the first continent or whatever to play. I restarted actually because I almost always go with a stealth build type of thing. And as I was going through the prologue, I was like, there's a lot of stuff here. There's like engineer and explosives that can actually work with other doors that usually doesn't. It's usually always lockpick or hacking. But it seemed like there was a lot more options for like an engineer to open a door or explosives just to open up the door. So I redid my class and now I'm just like full on guns, explosions, grenades, that type of thing. I feel the combat is a little bit better. The gunplay and stuff is a little bit better, but the AI still is just like, eh. And like I said, that was only really the prologue, so it could be an easier AI. I'm not sure. I did get on
when I played it, I shot the 2 robots, and that was all the more combat.
Oh yeah. So there's more, and now I'm starting to get where there's humans and stuff like that. So I'll play more and get the gist of it. But I will say I really love the writing this time around. It was good the first time, but it seems like
it's a little less juvenile for sure.
Yes, it's more like adult, but still like that meme type of thing. So I really do like the writing this time around more than I did last time. I'm playing it on PC. It runs really well on there so far. I've heard that there's some bugs and stuff, but like I said, I've only played like 3 hours, so I can't. But it seems to be pretty good.
I don't know if you saw, it's yet another example of a game that another Xbox game that is not very great on PS5 at launch. The PS5
version, I didn't see that. It was the PS5.
The PS5 version. Digital Foundry said it's got a lot of problems.
Interesting.
And the Pro in particular, the pisser, I guess, is very very poor, very poor on it. Yeah,
friggin' pisser. Well, that sucks because I almost bought it on the PlayStation 5, even though it was on Game Pass. I almost did because I was like, I kind of feel like I would want to play this on a console, but I was like, nah, I'll just get the $30 premium upgrade, play it on PC, whatever. But I do feel the controls, I need to either tweak them on the mouse and keyboard, or I need to go to controller because they don't feel very don't feel very good.
I can believe that because actually I thought Outer Worlds 1 felt terrible on mouse and keyboard, so I can believe that.
I played Outer Worlds, Jesus. Outer Worlds 1 on console first, and then I got it on PC on a sale, and I tried the mouse and keyboard, and it was just
it clearly was not designed for it.
Yeah. So I think I might swap to controller to see how it goes. Like I said, I'm only 3 hours into it, but I like it already a bit more than the first one, just because of the writing. The skills do seem to be a lot more fleshed out too. There's a lot more of that. And,
I didn't like the way the character builds worked at all in the first game.
Yes, I can get behind that. But the skills look a lot better this time around. So I think that'll be better for you.
I will say I was a little disappointed to see. No, I didn't really do it in the first one either because it was tied to the highest difficulty. But I was a little disappointed to see there was no like survival options where you have to eat, drink, and rest.
Yeah, maybe down the line, but not in.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I thought it did launch with it at first. But they made the stupid decision to tie it to the Supernova difficulty. So, I never played it that way anyway because that's where you could easily lose your party members, and then turns out I didn't play the game. But more than that, also you couldn't save manually either. You had to rest only in your ship or something like that. It's like It's like, God Almighty, let me just put on the damn survival options and turn all this other crap off.
It does seem as well too that one thing in the first Outer Worlds, I pretty much played with no companion because I thought their AI was fucking terrible.
Yeah, it was.
And so that seems to be a lot better this time around. Granted, like I said, I haven't played a lot with my companions, but it automatically already seems better. Like the healer bot is healing me while the other guy's attacking, and it just feels
what a novel like concept. Donald.
Yeah, it really seems like it. They fleshed it out more. I think if you like Outer Worlds 1, you'll really like this. And if you were on the fence, give it a try. If you have Game Pass or something, I don't know if I would spend the money right up front because it does seem a little bit more of the first one, just better. Maybe wait for a sale. Black Friday is right around the corner. But yeah, it's good. It's not terrible or anything. I'm excited to get more time into it. So at least until the 28th when Battlefield takes over my life again. But
you got a 4-day window to try to get something.
Yeah, which isn't going to happen because I gotta finish Silent Hill F. I have to finish that.
Yeah, you've barely even played that, have you?
I played it a little bit again the other day, and I love the setting. I love the story. I despise that combat with every fiber in my being, and I've tried to
get good, bro.
And it just feels just ugh. I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. Maybe I have taken a break for a while to get back to it. So maybe when I get back to it, I don't know. But the game itself is good. Freight and chat. Are you guys dropping for Battlefield 6 BR? I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah.
I'll give it a try, but I also have zero expectations for Battlefield Battle Royale.
That said, I mean, I have seen definitely a fair bit of it's totally unnecessary, which to be fair, I don't disagree with. But
right. But if it's there,
if they do it well, I think actually Battlefield's mechanics could actually work pretty damn cool.
It could definitely be interesting.
The problem is it does splinter the fan base, but as of now, the player base is so freaking big that it probably doesn't matter.
Right.
But
so yeah, I'm interested in it. I did see that they aren't locking challenges behind the BR mode, which I am very happy for. I'll definitely give it a try for sure. I liked Firestorm, and
I was gonna say I didn't. I mean, nobody
was it 5? No, not 5.
No, that was in 2042.
Was it 2042 Firestorm?
Actually,
no,
I think
it's the one before that.
It did start it started in the one before that was 1, and it wasn't in that.
Yes.
No, I'm sorry. 5 was the one before that. It was in 5, but I don't.
Yes, but it was at the end. It was very tacked on, and it was like, but it was all right. So I'll be interested to see what it's like here, and it'll be good for the game. So like streamers can, I don't know, do their battle royale thing or whatever. But more content there for people. Sure, why not? Like I said, I'm glad that they're just not locking challenges behind battle royale, because if it's terrible, I'm not going to play it.
Also, I keep seeing it by Freight here as well, referred to as battle royale. I thought the word was it was more of an extraction mode, kind of a half and half, because that's actually what Firestorm was. Firestorm was more of a battle royale extraction mode.
I'm not sure. I've only because I haven't paid too much attention to it, even though as much as I love Battlefield, but because it's battle royale, and I'm kind of done with battle royales.
It's also not technically officially announced, but it's a pretty poorly kept secret to the point that it's clearly real.
Yeah, it's almost like a running joke at this point that they might as well just have it. But yeah, I'll look forward to it. I'll definitely drop in. You're always more than welcome, Freight, to drop in with us and cause carnage. Me and Rick had some good times the other night there, playing with some other friends, and
you did. I had a fucking brutal night, man. Holy shit, I couldn't do anything.
It was still fun.
Well, it was fun, but I was always embarrassed to show my face. I was like, good lord.
Yeah, I liked Apex for a while there too, Freight, but it's one of those things I just played too much of with friends, and now I'm just kind of like, they all kind of feel the same. Nothing's really reinvigorated, revinegared, the genre for me. So, but I'll definitely give it a try, and I hope it turns out good. Yeah, that's all I've been playing. We got some two major things that we're going into.
There is one other thing I've been playing that I didn't mention, but I don't have a
Go
ton to
ahead.
say about it. I've been playing Yote mixed with actually some Tsushima.
Oh, yep.
I intentionally have been, and I talked about this yesterday as well. Kind of making sure I logged in a little bit to play Tsushima because I wanted to directly compare the things and see if, like, I don't like how Yote does this in comparison. See if I'm right or if I'm remembering it wrong. And some things I definitely was wrong on, but some things I was right. And I had mentioned to Alex, I was like, there's certain things I think that Yote does better for sure. Based on the way that the game plays, I think even though it's still not good, the stealth works a little better here, and certainly the fact that you're not a samurai, it doesn't feel as completely out of character for her to be doing it, as well as using some of her more underhanded tactics, if you will. That makes sense, right? Whereas with Jin, even when it was supposed to be him swapping to the ghost, it still didn't make sense. It's like this would fly against what this dude wants to do. Some things are more or less equal, which I would say the combat is largely pretty equivalent there. But an area where I specifically do think I still prefer Tsushima more is I think Tsushima as a location is better than Eizo as a location. And like I said, I loaded it to make sure I was not remembering it correctly, and it is significantly more mountainy and elevation changed as opposed to. And I mean, there's some of it, don't get me wrong, but
of course,
the first couple areas are pretty flat land with some rolling hills, which, to be fair, is part of the design to also see the you pull up the telescope thing. Obviously that doesn't work real well if it's a rocky ledge right in front of you, but yeah, so that's kind of where I am.
Nice. Yeah, that's another game I got to get into, but I got
not really too much. Not too much.
I got to complete F before I put more hours into that. I do like it, but I do understand what you're saying about Tsushima's map and Yote's map. I felt like Yote is beautiful, but at the same time, it felt very open and almost sparse for the area that I'm in, anyways.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, gorgeous still, but
right. And that said, I'm certainly not commenting on the story because I've not played enough of the story to judge that. But I will say, as of where I am, I've not met any character that's even really as cool as Lord Shimura. Lord Shimura was the dude, man.
Yeah. And I was going to talk about this. We got two major topics that we want to talk about, but news-wise, I just want to talk about the Halo.
And how Xbox just can't help but take a fucking 12-gauge shotgun to their foot. Yeah.
Yeah. So just announced today, hot off the presses, that Halo Combat Evolved campaign will be coming to the PlayStation, PC, and it's a total remake.
And you know it's coming. You know it's coming to Switch 2 at some point too. They're just probably trying.
People were like, "No Switch 2," and I was like, "I'm sure it will." They're probably just like, "Let's make sure it runs." And
to be honest, it'll probably sell more on the Switch than it does on the other two platforms, almost combined.
Probably,
I would think.
And I haven't looked into it too deeply, but I guess there's going to be like new missions and stuff. I guess
three new missions. They're all Now it's not been revealed exactly how it works. They're all prologue missions between Chief and Sergeant Johnson, which is very cool. That's very cool.
Yeah,
but they have not confirmed if it's like woven within the story, if you finish the story and then unlock them, if they're played before the story, if they're unlocked right off the bat. Ryan McCaffrey did a he was one of the ones who got a hands on with it or whatever, and he said he asked and they actually would not answer that. So
right. And it is going to be 4-player co-op, which is cool. I think that's cool.
Not something I love, but I know people do like it, so that is good.
Yeah, I love playing Halo co-op campaign. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, 4 players seems like too many though.
That's what I thought too when they announced it. I was like, 4 players, so they're gonna have to like up the amount of enemies or something.
4 players would manage to steamroll.
It's gonna be even on Legendary, you're gonna steamroll it. So I think they'll either update how many characters or something with 4 players because that's just crazy.
They did add skulls, so maybe it'll just automatically add a skull to like quadruple enemy quantity or something like that,
Yeah. Supposedly they redid the lines and everything for Cortana and Master Chief. It looks gorgeous. It's supposed to be early 2026.
No,
So
all they said is 2026. They did not say when.
oh,
And,
I thought I saw
and
early.
if I'm a betting man, you bet your ass it's going to be November because they're going to probably try to line it up with Halo's actual 25th anniversary, which would be November 10th, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
All they said was 2026. They did not say anything about when.
Huh? I thought I saw that somewhere.
Don't count on early. It ain't gonna be early.
I'll be surprised what they mean by early. Even if it is early, I'll be surprised what they mean by early. And the thing that I want to talk, I think it's cool. I think it's great. Yes, it's another remake of the campaign, whatever. And I'm glad that other places. Hey, Kevin, thanks for joining us. I'm glad it's in other places so that, people who have been straight PlayStation fans are finally going to be able to play Halo. I'm excited for that.
But if you're a PlayStation fan and you wanted to play Halo, buy a freaking Xbox. That's all you had to do.
Yeah.
like I genuinely have no
get it on
PC. Or that, right? There have been that said you can't play all on PC. I think is it Halo 5
yeah, there's I think yes, yeah.
But I have never respected that. I can finally play it. It's like, no, you could always play it. You just had to.
Yeah, it was always.
You just had to get out of your ecosystem.
Yeah, and even you could have bought an older system to play it and stuff, but regardless, it'll be cool that people get to play it. I've been saying it for months, almost all of this year, that this now, and there's been other things, but this is clearly Xbox is now just a publisher.
They really are. They really are.
And it sucks because we've stated a few times on the show, even recently, that I love the Xbox brand back in the day. I loved it. And
that's a very small selection, and plus it's obviously only physical. I got a ton of games that I have a digital copy too. So
yeah.
Dude, I know people think I'm a Sony fanboy, and I guess if I'm one way or the other, it would be that direction. But I have loved Xbox for so long.
Yep.
And they have completely let me down.
It just sucks to see where they're going. That I'm not like, if they announced an Xbox console next week, I'd be like, cool.
What's the point? Exactly.
Yeah, like I told you, my daughter's moving out. I'm giving her my Xbox because I haven't turned it on in almost a year. Because I have the play, thankfully I'm lucky enough to have these things. I have my PlayStation, so I'll just play it there. And if I want the better graphics or something, I can just play the Xbox games on my PC. So it's like,
that said, I have never really argued with their decision of also supporting PC. I do support their decision of Switch and PlayStation. I don't think that's good. Outside of, like Forza, even though I don't like Forza Horizon 5, I get it there. Like, right, you got so many licenses, you got to make money.
Yeah, you got to pay for it.
But like if they they're never gonna make another Forza Motorsports. Who am I kidding? But let's, for sake of argument, say they do. I don't even know why they'd bother, because the reality is that's probably not going to sell on PlayStation, because
people are just going to be like Gran Turismo.
They're going to buy Gran Turismo, right?
Yeah.
But Halo and Gears, both of which now are being put over there, those needed to not be put on your competitors, which is not even your competitor anymore by your own doing.
No.
They needed to be stuck to your ecosystem.
Clearly, it wasn't a competitor they're just. So it just sucks to see where Xbox is going. I understand they're making, they'll make money, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. But it's just like, whatever they come out with, it's just not going to excite me anymore. I'm not looking forward to the Xbox future, type of thing. So,
unfortunately, he put it in two different things, but Alex said today was Xbox's 9/11. It really was. That's really not
it was
like when the IP that literally put you on the map. Yep. Without Halo, we probably don't even have an Xbox anymore.
And it was,
and all of a sudden now you are announcing it as a day and date release.
Yeah, and it's a god awful fucking metaphor, and probably gonna get canceled for as little as we go. But it really was the whole Twin Tower thing, because we had Sarah talking yesterday about the dumbest shit.
God knows,
and
everything she says might as well be a terroristic plot coming to fruition anyway. Yeah.
You know, when she was talking about like, oh, we need to branch out and do this and that, but like her whole mind is wrapped around Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite, and it's like, yes, those make money. That's fantastic, but bring people into your ecosystem so they play those franchises on the Xbox. You know, so you're getting money from that, but also from, you know, the other first party games. But yeah, so it's been a double whammy this week for sure. God.
Microsoft haven't found a. No, you know what? I have changed the metaphor. Everyone used to say a rake they like to step on. I don't remember if I said this to you. I said the other day. You ever see the movie Talladega Nights?
Yes, yeah.
You remember the part when the one dude gets the fork stuck in his leg and they use another fork to get it out, which then resulted in 2 forks being stuck in his leg? Yeah. Take that, but do it 50 times and have the entire leg covered in forks. And that is Xbox now. It's not even the rakes anymore. Because they do something stupid. Then they got to say something to try to fix that stupid thing, which they said something stupid there. So now they got to say something else to fix it, which also says something stupid. And they just, it's a snowball effect, man. They're so dumb.
It just upsets me when it's come to this and you think, Sony's got great first party games.
Also,
and stuff,
remember, leading into this generation, it was like, man, Microsoft's got this figured out. They're in good shape. Like
I really thought that.
They're saying all the right stuff. Sony's saying all the wrong stuff. Microsoft has Game Pass.
I thought we were getting ready for like the next 360.
2 years in, they're like, yeah, this hasn't worked yet. We got to change everything now.
Yep. I really thought this was like their 360 moment again, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
And it just sucks because they have so much. They have unlimited money. Unlimited money.
And on top of that, they had the right plan. They had it.
Yes, they did.
Instead of sticking to it
was there.
They said, "Let's go buy everybody."
Yep.
And even that theoretically doesn't change their plan, right?
Yep.
But what does going and buying everybody do?
Yeah.
Cost you money. What does costing you money mean? You got to make more, especially when you work for a company as large as Microsoft. That now you are no longer just a write-off on the margins. Now you are being looked at directly by the eye of Sauron, right? And I mean they are the arbiters of their own destruction here. If they would have just said, we got to stay the course, it's the right plan, it's going to take time, we just got to stick with it, they would be fine. And they wouldn't do it. They wanted immediate return, and when they didn't get immediate return, they changed course, then 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 increased the price of everything, then changed course again. And it's now this is where you are, where it's pretty tough to even find too many Xbox fans that are defending them. I mean, Kevin's been a longtime Xbox fan, and I see him on Twitter. He's just like, I can't defend anything they're doing anymore.
Yeah, and it sucks because I want to, but I just can't. Freight in chat also said the extra year to close Activision plus everything that came out with with that whole lawsuit thing, it definitely fucking hurt them. But yeah, like I said, with all that money, they could have like been like, okay, we bought these people or whatever, or just like make every game that they've made, the first party wise, has just been very good.
Well, that's actually something that we were talking about on XBot yesterday.
Or it's just like
they're very good. They are very good at fitting in between the 80 to 85, 86 range. But they just can't seem to get that prestige 90 plus that Sony and Nintendo are so good at doing.
Right.
But you know why that is? Because you can't buy that.
Right.
You have to nurture that. You have to build it. You can buy the foundations of it, but you have to cultivate it and build it from there. And Microsoft, and this is not just Xbox, this is Microsoft as a whole, they don't cultivate anything. They buy what they want, throw some money at it, and see if it works.
Yep. That's everything. Like you said, everything.
Now, they are still putting out a lot of games, and a lot of them are, at the very least, good to very good quality.
Yeah.
Right? But so I'm not taking that from them. But if they want that prestigious game, they got to work at it. They can't just expect it to appear like that because it's just not going to happen.
And the thing is like, you've got some good games. You got Outer Worlds, you've got Ninja Gaiden, you've got those games. They're good. They're getting reviewed well, decently well. I guarantee you next year, there's going to be a small niche of people that still talk about it. It's not going to
Yeah,
be like
I mean,
the
they
masses
are.
talking about it. You know, it's not going to be a Last of Us. It's
They'll be
you know,
covered like another publisher.
yeah, yep,
That's exactly what's going to happen.
yep.
And like
But
I know people think like I'm gloating about that. I'm angry about that. I am not
yeah,
gloating. I am actually really mad that they
yep,
took their brand to this point. And it's why
yep.
I'm always
It
talking
sucks.
about it, because it pisses me off every damn day I think about it.
It does, yeah. It really does. Because I was heavy into their ecosystem, and now I'm gonna like, well, I guess I'll swap ecosystems. You know,
This generation, I was like, man, this might be the first time I buy more games on Xbox. I've always bought a lot on Xbox.
yeah,
But I was like, this might be the first time I buy more games on my Xbox than I do on my PlayStation. It's like, they're like, no,
yeah.
we don't want that. We don't want that. We don't want you to buy games here.
Yeah, and the other thing that sucks about it now that they might make
this for sure.
Yeah. Alex and chat, I'm angry because they are now making Sony even more complacent. Yeah, and that's kind of what I was going to say with
the worst Sony we have probably ever seen, including PS3 Sony. This is worse than PS3 Sony. Yeah. And they don't have to do anything. They just stay the course, which is the wrong course, to be clear.
Right.
Sony is on the wrong course, but they stay this course and they're fine because Microsoft have blown up their own road for some reason. I don't get it.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter, you know, even if Xbox comes out with a console in next year, 2 years, when it comes out, it's going to be the ultimate fanboys that get it, basically. But in the grand scheme of things, Sony now is going to dictate what consoles is in the future and how they
I mean that said, let's not pretend they don't have competition. They do have Nintendo, but the two of them don't really seem to be going for this.
Yeah,
I think Nintendo has plans to go for the same audience, whereas Sony think that they're going for different ones. So that actually could come back to bite Sony, but I mean
if Nintendo
it is disingenuous to pretend like Nintendo's not a player here.
And it sucks, but if Nintendo came out with like an actual console that had like up-to-date graphics and a proper goddamn online, you know, setup and stuff.
Okay, let's not get crazy here, Clint. Let's not get crazy.
But I'm saying that's what they would need, so it feels like it's not going to happen. If it did happen, then yes, definitely Sony would have. But now,
and I agree with Alex here. It's basically time for Steam to come through. With their console.
I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if like
if they did it right. I know. Obviously, the Steam Deck did not sell as well as we like to think it did, but the reality is, it was liked and it was well made, so it showed they can do it, and that's the key. Now, if they say, I mean, Steam's worth a lot. I don't know what Steam's valuation is because they're not publicly traded, I don't believe, but they are valuated quite a few billion, if I'm not mistaken. So I mean, they're a pretty viable company. I said Steam, I meant Valve. If they say, let's throw some
10
money
billion.
That's pretty good for a small company. They are a small, privately owned company.
Yeah,
remember that. But like employee owned, if I'm not mistaken.
Nintendo is a small indie company too.
Anyway. I think the only one who would know what that meant is you, Silking It, and maybe Alex does. I don't remember if he was there.
That's
for that
okay
or not. Yeah. Nintendo's just a small company. Yeah.
Jesus.
But yeah, if Valve said, you know what, let's make this work. Let's throw some money at this. Let's make sure that, you know, we make it right. Let's make sure that people can. The problem is, it's a lot tougher with something like that because you would almost have to build it with like Steam Deck specs somehow. I don't know how you would really do it, but I get what you're saying. I agree. That if they could do it right, that really could shake things up. Like that could be the shakeup Microsoft wanted to make but failed to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. All right. Before we get in deeper into that and get more sad and upset, let's do our memories first of like, and then we'll go into your show and tell, because I think it's a good segue to go
my
into
show
that
and
first.
tell. All right, that's fine. So, sorry, Alex. Looks like you're here for the long haul.
Well, if Alex has got to go,
no. I don't think so. I know it's something he's interested.
Yeah, you're stuck, Alex. Give me a view. God damn it. So yeah, basically, you know, Rick and I have been around the block for quite some time. I've been playing games since
elderly, like one might say.
Yes. You know, the knees are hurting, you know,
and the back and everything in between.
Yep. Yeah. Everything else. I've been playing since like Nintendo Amiga days, and yeah, we're just gonna share some memories that really kind of stuck out to us. That just like I can literally see certain events in past of gaming, like clear as day, like it just happened type of thing. So if you've got one, Rick, at the ready, you can go, or I
Well,
can go. It's up to you.
specifically where this started, and this is what Freyd and I were talking about in Kevin's chat yesterday. No, not yesterday. I'm sorry, Wednesday.
I think it was 2 days ago or something.
It was. Yeah, they usually do it Thursdays. They did it Wednesday this week. And it's what led me thinking of it was he had mentioned, if I remember correctly, that his younger son and he had been kind of hanging out with him while he was playing Keeper, the new Double Fine game, and that like the two of them were talking and kind of working through the puzzles together. And I mean, that's a cool thing. And it reminded me of when I was a young lad, many eons ago.
Knee high to a grasshopper.
And so I don't know if I've ever said this before, but my dad actually is the one that got me into gaming. Now,
okay,
very very much the student surpassed the master in this one, but yeah, he actually played. He when I was young, even maybe before I was born, he was really into like tech. Like a lot of his friends he met from like they used to have like Atari clubs and stuff like that. And it's like he's the one that got me into gaming. Like my first thing was probably actually I don't know, maybe a 386 or something to that effect, like an old PC.
Nice.
Back when your PC was the processor you had in it.
Yeah, there was no graphics card.
There was no video
Voodoo
card.
FX or whatever.
And if you wanted a game on it, you didn't buy a pre-built. You had to basically buy the CPU. But it was a lot easier to do back then because there was only two things you bought. You bought a motherboard, you bought a CPU, and that was everything. But so yeah, I had that, and then from there is when I got like a Genesis, and thus the the hell the hellhole opened. But so it reminded when Freyd said that, it reminded me when I was pretty little, and this is going to be an old one that I think you'll remember. Freyd, I don't know how old you are. Maybe you will. Alex, I guarantee you probably won't know what I'm talking about. Unless you've heard it and talked.
Damn young people.
Yeah. I remember sitting off to the side and watching my dad play the original, because I don't think he liked the second, Ultima Underworld. Do you remember that game?
Oh, Jesus.
I told you, man, I'm going to bring back an old one.
Man.
So for those who do not know, one of the very first PC, at least, Western RPGs was a series called Ultima, made by Lord Richard British. Is that his name? No, I'm sorry. Richard Garriott. His nickname was Lord British. Yeah. That's what it was. Lord British, aka Richard Garriott. He created, honestly, for its time, an unbelievably impressive series, and there was 10 of them, I believe. And they made a offshoot. They made two of them called Ultima Underworld, which were entirely dungeon crawling. I guess they were. You gotta remember, I'm really kind of swiping the cobwebs out of the corners to try to remember how this worked. But they were very corridor based. That were set in the Ultima universe, right? Like the ultimate enemy was I think they called them beholders, which I think is a D&D enemy, that like a floating eyeball with a bunch of other eyeballs, and that was like the ultimate enemy in Ultima Underworld. But very, very, very cool. And I remember watching him, and you understand, I was so small at that point. It's not a game I ever could have played because I would have had no idea what was going on. I think I tried it, right? What the hell to do? But it reminded me that I'm like, man, that was kind of cool. And then kind of led to, he was the one that got the, if you remember this term, I know you will, remember the term shareware?
Oh, Jesus.
Again, we're really going back now. We are really going back.
Oh, God.
He got the shareware version of Doom.
And, that's fantastic.
Yeah, which, you remember, it was like 16 floppy disks or something crazy like that.
It was ridiculous.
But it was free.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I think you just had to like send a letter saying you wanted it. They would send it to you, or the whole point of shareware was you were legally allowed to copy it because it wasn't the full game. It was like a demo, but the reality was the demos was like a full episode. It wasn't like some 2-hour thing. It was something that took forever. I told you, man, I'm way going back on this one. But yeah, so he had, I had played Wolfenstein. That was like, I really liked Wolfenstein, which I also only ever played the shareware version of that one. And then he's like, well, hey, maybe you'll like this, because obviously it was made by id, which at the time those words meant nothing to me. He's just like, it's made by the same people. And I was like, no, I don't. And I watched him play it, and I'm like, that's really neat. And it truly began a downward spiral of obsession for me from there. Not only of Doom, which it very much started an obsession of Doom. And I remember being the only kid through all of like elementary school that had any idea what Doom was. Now, you know how big Doom is now. At the time, everyone had their NESs or their, I'm sorry, we were probably on Super Nintendo at that point, their SNESs or their Genesis. So yes, there was a version of Doom, but I don't think they were even on them yet at that point. So most people I would talk to had no idea what I was talking about. And I was like, God, it's so good. You shoot these demons and all this stuff. And they would have no idea what I was talking about. And it made me very sad and lonely because I couldn't talk about Doom with anybody. Now, everybody that plays games plays Doom for the most part. Yeah.
Yep. Everybody knows Doom.
But yeah, it reminded me, I'm like, man. And also, here's a funny little thing. The first time I accidentally swore in front of my dad was when he was playing Doom. And I was watching him. It was Doom, episode 1. I believe chapter 2 or 3. I forget which one it is. But you pick up one of the key cards and all the lights go out.
And I know which one. Yeah, I know.
You know exactly. It's a red key card.
God damn it! Yes, I did.
Yes. And the first time you see it, it scares the shit out of you. It's like, what the hell? Because then a door opens behind you and a bunch of imps are in there, right? And I just go, oh no, he turned off the freaking light. But I think he thought I said fucking. And I saw him stop and look at me, and I was like, oh shit. And bear in mind, I'm like maybe like 7. I was like my asshole was that big, dude. I thought I was gonna get killed. And I think I mumbled something to kind of try to hide it. And afterwards, that's all. He's like, oh, I heard you. He's like, but I thought you did a good job covering it, so I let it go.
Nice.
And he's like, just don't ever do that again.
That's great.
So I wanted to talk about that because I thought that was kind of a fun little thing.
Good times.
I know it's not something everybody can relate to because not everybody's parents played games, but my dad does, and it actually still does to this day.
That's cool. Yeah, my cousin is who got me into gaming. He was huge into computers and stuff, and I just remember going down to visit him, and he would be playing the Amiga Indie Racer, Frogger and stuff, and I just thought, I always looked up to him in general. So when he was playing games and stuff, I was like, oh man, he's just so cool. So that got me into games. And then my parents bought a NES, the original Nintendo, and I was in kindergarten at the time, and I remember loving Mario and Duck Hunt so much that I would go to kindergarten and I would be like sad and almost crying that I didn't want to be there, and my mom would have to bribe me with like, if you stay and you be good at kindergarten, you can play Mario when you get home. And I'd be like, okay, I can do this. So yeah, that was kind of like my start. But one of the earliest memories, and it's funny because it's a RPG memory, what got me into RPGs,
I'll tell my story on that whenever you're done here.
I was what are those God, what are they called? When I was on like a zip line, a homemade zip line. Thanks, Dad. And it was between 2 trees, and I remember going on it, doing my thing. Yeah, I'm screaming, I'm pretending I'm a paratrooper, I don't know, invading Normandy, something with a stick. And as I'm getting next to the tree, I'm going full bore, I'm not slowing down. I smack my ankle right off the tree and like bruise it. I can barely walk. And so since I couldn't do anything, my mom took me to Toys R Us. I stayed in the car, and she was like, you're gonna be, not gonna be able to walk very long, blah blah blah, or for a while. She's like, I'll go and I'll get you a game. And I was like, oh sweet, yeah, it's awesome, yeah. She's like, what do you want?
Planning out how you break the next leg too.
Right, yeah, pretty much. Right. Younger me was like, break a leg and get a game, sure. That's kind of also me right now. Yeah. She goes, I'll go get you one. Do you know what game you want? I have no fucking idea. This was before the internet, and I didn't have magazines or anything.
Back when you had to go off of what the cover of a game looked like.
Yeah, exactly. And so she went in and she came out with Dragon Warrior, which was made by Enix back then. And I looked at and I immediately fell in love because the cover art with the guy with the sword and the shield and this huge dragon, I was like, this is so cool. And I never played an RPG, went home, popped it in, and I was granted this was older than kindergarten, but not too much older, and I just fell in love with the whole like
That's
fighting.
actually pretty impressive that a kid that age played something like that, because that's kind of complicated and very difficult.
Right? Yeah, I don't know. It
yeah.
it like, oh, the slimes came up, and I'm like, yeah. And I just thought, I don't know. That was my first RPG, and that it's been downhill since there.
And that was your first exterminator job, and how you decided you wanted to kill things for
exactly. Yeah, it's like, take this, cockroaches. Giant ants not on my watch. So yeah, it just went downhill from there on the RPGs, and like a small thing, we were talking about Gran Turismo, and I just remember it vividly. At the PlayStation 2, my disk drive just was not working, or like it would not read back and forth. So for some reason, I found out that if it was like online with the old 58K modem,
you turn the white gear. Is that what you're gonna say?
No, I didn't do that. Okay. They were like, oh, flip it this way at a 45-degree angle, and it'll fix it. And I remember, and it did. I was playing Gran Turismo with this thing like flipped like this. And I just remember that being in my head of playing Gran Turismo with my PS2 with like 3 books on this side, keeping it at a 45. That's very weird.
I actually didn't even know about that.
Yeah. I do know the one that you were talking about with the thing, but that worked for me.
That's what I still do. Yeah, you would open it, because they were obviously, it was the big fat ones, and they were obviously well out of warranty by this point. And underneath where the laser is, there was a big white plastic gear, and I saw somebody said, like, yeah, what you want to do is turn that like a tick to the side. But what happens is they don't recenter properly. That's why the laser stops reading. Then you get a black marker and draw just a line on that white gear, so you know where center is. And then moving forward, anytime it's not reading, you pop that cover off, you turn it however far you need to center it. I never had an issue. I got every game. Like, the big thing about PS2s was when they got older, certainly the fat ones, they wouldn't ever read the blueback discs, the ones that were CDs.
Yeah.
I never had an issue reading bluebacks when I started doing that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. So that's what it was. Is it never, over time, it slightly off-centered itself, so the laser wouldn't bounce correctly.
Okay. And then in chat real quick, Baldwin says, I think my start was either a Looney Tunes game or Duck Hunt on the Super Nintendo or the NES there.
The Duck Hunt was on the original NES, not the
I think it was the original, yeah. I think I remember playing one of those Looney Tune games, man. Some of those early games were god-awful, but
Tiny Toons on the Genesis was awesome, though.
Very
hard, but it was good.
Yeah. I never had a Genesis, and there were so many games on the Genesis.
Why do I talk to you? Why do I even talk to you?
I don't know. At that age, it wasn't up to me. It wasn't up to me. Alex says, mine was Power Rangers and Mario World. I don't know about Power Rangers, but
Sonic 3 and Knuckles is better. Sorry, Alex.
My Super Mario World was great too. That was good.
I assume that's what he's referring to, Super Mario World.
Yeah, that was fantastic.
So not that it's me being little, but just a flashback. I may have even told this story on here before. I don't remember, but basically the story about how I got into RPGs. Really, like, I had played a couple. Like, I played like Morrowind on my PC and stuff like that, but I did not like JRPGs like that until it was 10th grade. My friend Rob, who I believe I have mentioned on a couple occasions, still to this day, probably my best friend. And actually, one of the other people I do play Battlefield with on occasion. He was huge Final Fantasy guy. Right now, if you'd asked me at that time, you couldn't have paid me to play those.
Right.
But we were in study hall and we were bored, and he saw one day I had my GamePro magazine, and I was reading the review of Metal Gear Solid, which this was to kill time, because understand, I had probably beaten Metal Gear Solid by like 3 times by this point, but I was reading it, and he saw it. He goes, "Oh," he's like, "I've been looking at that game." I was like, "Dude, this game is so good." I was like, "You gotta play it." Blah blah blah. He's like, "Oh, awesome." He's like, "Yeah, maybe I'll try that out." And he's like, "Yes." He's like, "Do you ever play Final Fantasy?" I'm like, "No, that's not my thing." And he goes, "No, you gotta play Final Fantasy." I'm like, "Nah." Long story short, I talked him into getting Metal Gear Solid. He taught me getting Final Fantasy VII. Now, I didn't have the money, but it was right around Christmas time, so I did ask my grandma to get it for me, and like GameStop or EB at the time had a used one.
Right.
And at first I was like, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought, but it's not really what I want. I'm like, you know what? I told him I'd stick with it. I will. And after a while, I'm like, okay, this actually is a lot better than I thought it would be. And it like, it's weird. It became more of peer pressure because like his group of friends were all into it too.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I was like, man, if I want to be in with these guys,
Right. I gotta play
this
this. I didn't be able to talk about it. Yeah.
And like afterwards, I'm like, this is really good. And it became my favorite game of all time.
That's awesome.
So I was like, yeah, that's it. Like, I mentioned it recently. I'm like, I was like, I genuinely owe you more than you think because probably my favorite genre I'd have never even touched were it not from. He goes, yeah. Yep. He's like, but I owe you Metal Gear. I'm like, a little bit. I was like, you were gonna play it. I just kind of pushed you to it. I was like, but
right.
I was like, I'm willing to take, but there. I was like, I will accept Hollow Knight though, because he never would have played Hollow Knight if I didn't tell him to, and he loved it. Still hasn't played Silksong though, so I clearly am associating with some poor people here between you and him.
I wouldn't know what you're. I don't know.
Yeah. You probably it probably went blank when I said that. And when you were talking, there was another thing I was gonna. I forget what it was about. Damn it!
Yeah,
it was when you were talking.
Yeah, you were mentioning Christmas, and I just remember I've told you several times it's one of the best moments in gaming for me on Christmas, whatever year it was, and my parents got me Metal Gear Solid.
It's already the best Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid on the PS1 and also Tenchu.
Oh hell yeah!
On the same day, I was like, oh my god, I was like, it was the best. God, it was the best. It was the best. It's so good.
I know the other thing I wanted to mention was you had mentioned Gran Turismo. I remember the story, and this will actually tell you about a cool little accessory that I had that nobody seems to know existed, but it was awesome. So remember I mentioned my dad going to the Atari Club?
Yeah.
One of the friends that he made there, which is kind of funny because his name is Rob, and to this day he actually is probably my dad's best friend and somebody who has always been a pretty influential member or figure in my life, right? But specifically because Rob is a good bit younger than my dad. When I was like 9 or 10, Rob was probably 22 or 23. Like he was pretty young. So like whereas a lot of my dad's friends were obviously a lot closer to my dad's age, Rob was closer to mine. So like we were able to, I was able to connect with him a little bit better. And Rob was always super cool with me, always talked to me when he came over. He was over all the time and all that stuff, right? But he and my dad played a lot. I mean, Rob probably came over our house most weeks, probably 3 times a week, if not maybe more than that. We'd watch Penguin games and stuff like that. But also, the two of them would play either pretty hardcore flight simulators. If the name Falcon means anything to you, they played Falcon all the time.
Yeah.
Like at the time, that was as hardcore a flight sim as you could get, right?
Yeah.
They played, I think their all-time probably most played racing game ever, because they would play hardcore sims as well, was they played a game called Grand Prix Legends, which was a very hardcore racing sim of Formula One in 1966. I still remember I mean that was the season that it dealt with.
Yeah.
I always remember the tagline of it was, in 1967, Formula One changed the rules because of all the driver deaths or whatever. Welcome to 1966. And actually, not to go to a diatribe here, but that game also has the distinction of being, for any racing sim fans, will know what I'm talking about. To my knowledge, the first game that has ever had Nordschleife in it, because Nordschleife Formula One ran back in the day. That Nordschleife is the German track that's also Nürburgring, like the actual Nürburgring that run now is a section of it. Nordschleife, which means North Loop. There's also South Schleife, but it's long gone. Nordschleife, the Formula One course was something like 13 miles long. So it was an insanely long course, which, I mean, there's some other very long ones now, like Le Mans and stuff like that, but that was insane then. And it basically was like back country roads. Now Nordschleife still does exist today, but they don't run races on it because it's more like you take your car there. But anyway, so they played that all the time, right? And so I was like, man, but as a kid, it's like, that's a very hardcore sim. I don't know if I could really do that, all that stuff. Rob had come over one day and mentioned this game that I had seen a poster of and didn't know what it was, called Gran Turismo. And it stuck out to me because I was at remember Comp USA? I was at Comp USA that day for something, and I saw the poster on the wall. And it was the cover of the game, which, if you remember, was a very distinct cover. It was a car. I don't know what the car was, but covered in like a drape. And then
Yes.
the
Yeah.
GT. It was, I mean, truthfully, one of the best covers ever in my opinion. So simple, but so good. And he was talking about it because his friend had got it, and I was like, oh, I heard about that. I saw that. Blah blah. And he goes, why didn't you get it? I'm like, I didn't know what it was. But anyway, so they had brought it over, and we played it. And let me see if I can find this thing, because I became obsessed with it. He showed me this controller that was obviously not made by Sony that I got for it. I had this thing worn out because it really was the perfect. If you don't want to have an actual wheel, it was the perfect thing. Let's see. Let me see. I can't remember what it's called. PS1 RC car controller. It looked like
there were so many random.
I found it. The Ultra Racer. That's the Ultra Racer. Hold on.
So many random ass controllers for the PS1 time.
Dude, hold on. Wait till you see this thing. This thing looks awful, and I'm telling you right now, I loved playing Gran Turismo with this thing. Here, hold on. Let's do a share screen. That right there.
Oh Jesus, I've seen that, but it looks terrible.
So it does, but it's amazing because here's the brilliance of it, right? That is a wheel. You would actually turn it. You would turn it like that, right?
Yeah.
These buttons were analog buttons, so you would depress it however much you wanted to, and you can't see it. The trigger was an analog style trigger.
Okay.
So you got full analog gas brake and analog steering. For
That's insane for back then.
It worked so well because I believe when I forget how it worked, but when you plugged it in, it tricked the PlayStation into thinking it was like a wheel. That's how it worked.
Interesting,
dude. That thing was so good. I don't know if there's any.
That's crazy.
There you go. There you see the trigger.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. They made one for the N64. That's why it was there. I loved that controller so much. There, right there. They're playing Gran Turismo with it.
That's crazy.
I genuinely think it's kind of why they released it, because they wanted to make a controller for people to have a racing controller, and it worked so well. Now, obviously, your wheel didn't turn 900 degrees, but I'm sure it was enough to it was way better using no, I know what it was. It tricked the console into thinking it was a DualShock, which the DualShock was out, because Gran Turismo had a control option where the right analog stick forward and backward was your gas and brake. So it basically tricked it into that being forward and that being
interesting.
Backward. It worked so well. I loved it. I put so many hours in Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 2 with that. I even actually
that's pretty sweet for back then.
Awesome. I want to say I even played Gran Turismo 3 with it because it still worked on PS2, obviously.
No shit. Yeah, for back then, that's actually pretty damn amazing, actually.
Yep. And I've known a couple other people that had it or had variations of it, and every one of them said, nobody knows what I'm talking about when I describe that, and that thing was awesome. I'm like, you're damn right.
That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet.
Yep.
Let's see. Where are we? Let's go into your show and tell moment here. While you grab your stuff, you had mentioned a tagline. Right okay. I just real quick. You had mentioned a tagline for like a video game, and that like sparked a memory. I remember going. Do you remember KB Toys?
I do.
We went in there to get a game, and I was like, I don't know what I want, and I saw Loaded for the PlayStation 1. Do you remember that game?
I remember. It was
like a top-down shooter, or whatever. It was like 4 different characters. You escaped an insane asylum, and you were just killing people. It was great. But I just remember on the front cover, I was like, yeah, I want that one. And the tagline was body bag not included. And my mom saw that, and she was like,
I think I vaguely remember seeing that maybe in a magazine.
She was like, what is this? Why are you buying something like this? Da, 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 da. Oh my God. She was all fired up about that. I mean, she was fine, but she was still like, what the hell,
Yeah, actually, when I, in whatever year, whenever they first started re-releasing Doom on everything made, when I played it, it was probably 360. They probably had the 360 port. I played it. I'm like, man, I really can't believe my dad let me play this when I was like 6. Like this is so much more violent than I remember it being.
Yep. So good. Yeah, my parents got me that for Christmas too on the Super Nintendo, and it came on the red cartridge.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Well, and actually, I think I mentioned this before, but being a little edgelord, teenager that I was, I started hanging up posters in my room. And now remember, my grandmother was a very religious person, right? Yeah. I had, even though I didn't have a 64, I had Doom 64's poster because I love Doom. I looked at it and I'm like, I can't believe she didn't see that and tear it down. It had a fucking inverted pentagram behind the demon skull. Like, how did she not see that and think that I was like, a cultist or something like that? Like, I was like, man, I can't believe she didn't take that down because
right.
But okay, you ready for show?
I'm ready. Let's show and tell because I'm excited to see these as well. So going into this,
we'll start. Okay,
we go into the memories of
I hope you're here, Alex. I know.
And we had mentioned last week too that we love the manuals, opening up a game. And the drive home as a kid, you would read it on the way home. That was like your reading material. But anytime I opened it up, you just like put it up to your face, like just smell the shit out of it. Oh, it's just so good. My mom would always be like, "Why do you do that?" I'm like, "You just do it." And I thought it was just a me thing. No, and then as I started meeting other people, they're like, "Oh yeah, like that's what you do." So it's like ingrained into.
Well, and a very important element of that is smell is I believe they said the single most intrinsically tied sense to memory.
For sure.
So by doing that, you actually like locked memories in your brain.
Yep, for sure. Oh, I used to sniff every day. I was like a cocaine addict, but for instruction manuals.
So I got a bunch of them. I'm not going to go through all of them, of course, but if any of you guys had seen ones that were on there, odds are pretty good I probably bought that one. And if you want to see that one, let me know. I think I have all of them right here next to me. But we'll start with Yote because
do you have real quick? Do you have the website for that? What's it called again?
Too Old for
That's right.
Gaming or something like that. But it's the numbers 2 and the numbers 4.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I started to start with Yote because I have it actually in the case. Some of them I haven't opened the game, but so look how nicely it snugs it.
I'm jealous already.
You should be, because this is awesome. Be careful. We don't want to wrinkle it. All right. It's like the old days here. This, I can't stress enough. This guy is massively underpricing these. He should be charging more than like $6 for them because they're.
Yeah, I put a link in the chat, so if anybody wants to check out his other work and stuff, how dare you? How dare you, sir?
But yeah, so for a select number of games on his site. That's the Etsy site, actually. Give me a minute. I'll give you the actual site's better because it has more options.
Okay.
But yeah, so he made certain manuals, and see, goes to the Etsy manual on the back. Oh, this one I was going to say the Bloodborne one actually does say like non-official or whatever, but like everything is illustrated. It's all in color. It's high quality paper. Look how thick it is too, man. It's not like a 3-page manual. Like this thing is chunky. I'm trying to get a little bit closer here. You can see from the reflection. Look how quality the paper is too.
God. And just like the pictures and everything.
Yeah, man.
So
they're controls. Let's see. Does such a good job of like breaking down the mechanics, like more than an actual instruction manual really ever would have.
Right.
Really done, but I mean, look at that. Look how good that looks.
I love the pictures and stuff. It's just so good.
Kind of breaks down the 5 different weapon types.
It's fucking amazing, dude.
Their highlights. I mean, this is
it's like so much work. It's like so much work to go into that too.
Like
that's a lot of work.
Maybe a little art gallery.
I was gonna say, I thought when I saw online that it had a picture of like the what's her name from Horizon in there and stuff.
Yeah.
So cool.
Concept art. Again, look how gorgeous that is. That is just, I mean, that is awesome. Some pictures of the what you call. I didn't realize Atsu had one. When did they release an update with her in Astrobot? That had to be fairly recent.
I think it was before. Yeah, it was before launch, but it was pretty. Okay. Yeah. Yep.
It's got the wolf pack.
That's awesome.
It's a minor spoiler because you can see them, but if you don't know who they are,
I'm sure it's not going to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is genuinely one of the nicer ones. To be fair, it's why I picked it. But
yeah,
the Yote one, yeah,
it's gorgeous.
How fucking awesome that is, man.
While you're grabbing, it does have like an entire book as well.
Yes,
it's the 30th anniversary of like all the games from way back. I'm probably gonna grab that.
I could be wrong on this, but Alex, I don't know if you remember, a while back, Colin mentioned some magazine that he helped a guy make. I think this is that guy, because I think that retro magazine might be the one that Colin talked about. I could be wrong, but I think it might be the same guy.
Yeah, he's got so many. Oh god.
Obviously,
he's got the retro mag on there. Yeah.
Obviously, we gotta. I can't. I don't know the guy's names. I don't know if that's him, but I think the magazine that's on there, that retro magazine, I think that's the one Colin referenced.
Interesting.
Now, first of all, Bloodborne's is look how chunky that is, right?
There's so much there, and like they're like they're like $7 each.
Look
on Etsy.
It's not even that. It was $6 something.
It's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe it's not the same guy then, because I don't think
guy's gotta be losing money making these.
It's got like
I like how it references retrospect and stuff. That's so cool.
Talks about the Chalice dungeon in the game. I believe it even has Old Hunters info in this. Yeah, right there. Old Hunters.
So awesome.
Tells you how the multiplayer works.
I think I am going to grab that visual history.
Yeah, I think it's hardcover too.
Yeah, it looks super. And it's $46.
Yeah, that's not bad for a hardcover. But now, do bear in mind it is shipping from England, so you'll pay a little bit higher shipping cost. But
yeah, cost to ship is a bit, but still.
I mean, I'm not being hyper. Like, this is a quality product. It really, really is.
Right.
I guess some other ones here. What other one do you want to see?
Did you get any of the Final Fantasy ones?
I got Crisis Core. I told you. I apparently forgot to buy the
they got Nier Automata too.
Collection. They do have. Well, I got Nier Automata.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, gorgeous.
Actually,
gorgeous.
Elden Rings is pretty nice.
Ooh, how's the Elden Ring look?
It's good. Hold on, I'll put that one aside. Yeah, so here's Crisis Core. Here we're trying to summon our old folks. I put up Bloodborne. Now we're putting a call out to Matt. Pixel Rat.
Yeah, I did see Pixel Remaster in there.
I got all 3 Resident Evils.
Nice.
I got the Order, which this manual is longer than the game.
God, fucking hell.
This one hurts me because we got Horizon Zero Dawn, but we do not have Forbidden West. We need Forbidden West. That won't do.
This is kind of dangerous though, because I have bought plenty of games digitally, but I guarantee you, if this guy just had like a bunch of these manuals for like every game, I'd be like, I'm buying that physical, and I'm getting this manual.
The Miles Morales one is dual manual because it has
cool.
Spider-Man Remastered in it. Oh, actually, look, pictures of the guys.
It's just so fucking cool.
All art, box art gallery.
Yep.
All right, so you want to see Elden Ring first, or you want to see Crisis Core?
Yeah, and then I want to see Crisis Core real quick.
Okay, I got Crisis Core pulled aside. So Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, Elden Ring delayed for Switch 2. What a surprise!
First of all, yeah. They got.
It's got the controllers for each. Okay.
I will say one mistake that I have is Monster Hunter Wilds. It only has a PS4 controller, and I don't think that game's even on PS4.
It
does not have the DualSense.
So yeah.
That said, the actual buttons are the same, so it's still
right. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like this is the only one
that's cool
that I've noticed. To be fair, that had the Xbox controller as well.
That's cool.
It's got your HUD. That's what I just said, Alex. Yeah, it's not even on PS4.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it's not on PS4.
My guess is he probably just messed up when he was printing it. He probably put the wrong picture on.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a bunch of pictures of different controllers for these, and then he probably grabbed that by mistake or something.
Yeah.
Dude, the artwork mixed in with the
it's amazing. It's
so good.
Like that's why I saw this. I was like, yeah, I genuinely don't mind that I bought these because I totally think they're worth it.
No, they're so good.
It's got Shadow of the Erdtree in it, so you got Mesmer.
Gorgeous.
Whatever that is. I didn't play enough of Shadow of the Erdtree to know who anybody says so. But yeah, see, like since it's games that are like totally done, like he's got the Coliseum in it, which was obviously added in post.
Okay.
Post-launch updates.
Yep.
It's got all the class breakdowns.
That's pretty sweet.
Both genders.
That's pretty sweet.
Like it's got the description like for Confessor, a church spy adept at covert operations, equally adept with their sword as they are with their incantations. You got, I forget his name, but Godric is his name, but Horlu, I think, is his actual name.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean these are awesome, dude. They really, really are.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Ends with what's her name? Or that one, Amelia.
Or whatever
her name is. Then we got Crisis Core. Now Crisis Core is a little on the thin side, but it is also.
But it's also Crisis Core.
Right. First of all, starting with a bang right there. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah. Gorgeous. I haven't even looked at this one yet, so.
Oh, nice. I'm surprised because he doesn't have Rebirth or anything on there, right? Like
no, he does not. No, he does not.
Oh, he's got it. Oh no, that's the magazine. He's got Killzone Retro. I bet you the retro magazines are super good.
I'll bet you they are. Wait, is it PS3 Retro magazine?
Let's see.
Because if so, that's what Alex said. That's Sandeep.
It just says Retro PlayStation Magazine.
I think that's it. Then it actually might be the same guy.
And it says it's a digital PDF. It's a digital download. It's called RPM.
That sounds right. I think that's what it is. I think that's that guy.
Huh. Oh shit! They got the PS Vita one for Muramasa. Oh.
Yep.
That's so cool. God, yeah, I hope he does a lot more.
So do I.
Because
all the characters.
Hell yeah.
Okay, Alex said that is it. I thought it might have been.
No shit.
When I saw the magazine, I'm like, that might be the guy that Colin was dealing with.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 2 books out too. So he's got Vita Means Life, which is just like a backlog of all not backlog.
It's the entire history of the entire unofficial history of Vita.
It's so gorgeous looking. It's 440 pages.
Yeah.
And it's literally
I want to say that might be what Colin collaborated with him on, because Colin was a big Vita guy.
It's just so awesome. I love that. I love it. Oh, this one's got to be gorgeous. Oh.
So,
man, if he did like some PS1s or something, I'd be even though I know PS1 already has manuals, but
character list.
That's so cool.
Goat right here. Although I will say, I also really like Koten Khan. Koten Khan was an awesome antagonist. Look how good that looks.
It's so awesome.
Like
I love it.
Like I'm not joking. These are genuinely like awesome collector's pieces. And I hope he keeps making them, because I will keep buying them.
Yeah.
I'll probably try to buy a few of them at a time, instead of shipping one at a time. But
it's such a coal idea.
When I read it on Push Square, I'm like, that's an interesting idea, because they mentioned about Yote. That was the Yote's manual. And I went to the thing and I'm like, dude, these are legit.
It's so awesome.
It even got info about Legends mode.
Oh, that's cool.
The multiplayer mode.
Yep. I'm excited for that in Yote.
Got Iki.
So awesome.
Yeah, man. I'm very, very happy with these. I spent a lot of money because I bought a lot of them, which most people wouldn't have to do, but I'm very, very happy with these.
Oh, yeah.
Well worth every penny. They really are. They are well worth every penny, because first of all, there is genuine effort that went into doing these, right? He didn't just copy over stuff.
Right. Yeah. It's not a like half-assed, let me just grab some random pictures and toss it on there. No, it's like mixed in with the directions and everything. It's just, like it looks like an old school.
It's like half manual, half like when they used to include the mini guides. It's like, it's like half of each of those.
Yeah. It looks like a old school, like almost Nintendo or like PS1.
Yeah.
But then, brought to the ages. So awesome.
Very, very, very cool, aren't they?
It's so cool. I'll definitely be getting a few.
Yeah.
For
if it is something you're interested in having, I can definitely say it is top quality product. Like, it really is. Good piece of art there.
The Stellar Blade one, like it looks really good, and I know that's. Oh,
Or-
well, why didn't you start off with this?
Yeah, well, because you goon last, right?
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Now,
Like,
all gooning aside, this actually looks really damn
it is.
good, though, because
It
I was
is.
looking at pictures.
Yeah, it is. Got the important part of the game. First
Okay,
page there.
watch your finger now. Jesus.
Get it out of the way. Get it out of the way, damn it.
That's
What's
so
interesting there is
good.
that actually is a like post game unlockable costume in that picture.
That's so good.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's one of the pictures I saw. I just
trying to hold it. Yeah.
It's just so damn good. It's so well put together.
It is. It is. Like, I mean, he clearly put thought into what to put on each of these. Like,
right.
No, I'm not saying he wrote these. Like, he probably pulled like game description and stuff like that. But
Of course. But he still put it all together.
Put effort into organizing it and structuring it and all that kind of stuff.
It's just not a quick cash in. It's really good.
Yeah, I mean, there's genuine like artistry involved in what he did. Here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to turn. There we go.
Super cool. I love it.
Best girl, right there.
Ugh, man, I miss like Alex says. You know how good the quality is because we come from that manual era. Man, I miss manuals so much. So, yeah, the fact that I know what that smells like I know. I like how you picked the Stellar Blade one to sniff. By the way.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. It's got a bunch of the suits. Actually, he's got a couple pages worth of suits too. So I wonder how many he's got.
That's like that thing right there. He didn't have to. Put
and also, this must be a fairly recent one because that right there was not a launch suit. That was added in one of the free updates, Ocean Blade or whatever.
So the fact that he added in suits that's not something he had to do.
Yeah,
that's for the love of it.
Yet another page of them. But bro knew what he was doing with Stellar Blade. He knew what the
right. He knew what the fans wanted.
He knew what the people wanted. Yeah, even more. Damn, there's a lot of pages of suits.
That's so cool. It's awesome. I'm definitely gonna have to get a few.
I don't know if you've had your fill, but I got a couple more if you want to see any other ones.
Yeah, we got time for pick one more. We got time for
all right,
one more.
See. I'll let you guys choose. So remaining, we got Days Gone. I showed Miles Morales, so we'll take that one out of there. We got Nier. We got Sekiro. We got all 3 Resident Evils remakes, 2, 3, and 4. We got Spider-Man 2. The Order. And Kena.
What was the last one?
Kena, Bridge of Spirits.
Oh, I'm going. I want to see one of the Resident Evils.
Resident Evils. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's go with 4.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
Since it's spooky season, end it with a spooky game.
It's a good cover.
Oh hell yeah!
There's the back. Leon's face.
Nice.
Looking over us as he says, "Do you really think I'm not the playable character in Resident Evil 9? Fools!"
And he's got like an index and everything.
Yeah, table of contents. Yep.
So awesome.
And here, this is cool to shoot too, to show like each one has like different like picture for the controller. Like they're not just a universal one for how he did it.
Like there's so much work.
Oh yeah. The characters.
Love it.
It's got the chart for
nice
crafting.
On what herbs to make and stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's stuff like that. Like he didn't have to put it in there, but he did. Like it's an actual fucking.
It's like a complete
almost like a mini strategy guide too.
Yeah. Let's see if Separate Ways is in here. It should be, I would think. Getting close to the end here. Maybe not. The Mercenaries. Virtual reality. Well, if it's got virtual reality, then it should be.
Awesome.
There it is. Separate Ways.
Hell yeah. Super cool. I love it.
Little tips at the end, like they used to have.
Ugh,
That
good
is
old-
really
the
cool.
good
isn't
old
it?
days.
Yep. And with is that an El Gigante? I can't
Yeah,
see
it's
from
like
the
an
flash.
art
Yeah,
book.
it is.
It's like a
Yeah.
it's like a whole mishmash of strategy guide,
Yep.
art book.
That is very cool,
instruction
isn't it?
manual. It's awesome.
Very,
I love
very
it.
cool. And like I said it 1,000 times. I'm gonna say it again. Dude is honestly underpricing his product.
Yeah,
It should be more than what it is. Because
but don't tell him that.
The paper alone is probably worth more than what
I was gonna say it's got to be more to make it than.
Yeah.
But
what do you think, Alex? I know you were pretty pumped to see those, and I'm very excited.
Let's go with our.
Hey, you know what's funny? I made fun of you about the fortune cookie, and I actually didn't grab mine, and I thought I did.
Son of a bitch!
I thought I did.
This guy, even before we started, is like, "Oh, hey, do you got your cookie?" And I said, "Oh no, I don't," and I have to run and go get it. And the whole time he's like, "It's always you." This guy. So before we end out the show, we have our weekly giving everybody their fortune. I think you went first last week.
I did.
So Clint, you heard of the Goonie first? Of course, I'm the vice president. Let's see what we got here. This is terrible because you said Goonie, but it reminded me of the Goonies, and they have the whole pirate ship Lego coming out, and it looks super awesome. But anyways, yeah, if you want to,
do they the pirate ship they have come out is the Pirates of the Caribbean one, isn't it?
But no, this is a new. This is
Oh, really? I hadn't seen that one.
It's gorgeous. It's super.
Is it One-Eyed Pizza?
Good.
Is it One-Eyed Pizza ship?
Yes, yeah, and they have all the kids and a few of the adults for the Lego figurines. It's
pretty cool.
It's the ship, but it's you can see inside it too. It's super awesome.
I do want the Black Pearl. The Black Pearl is awesome.
Black Pearl looks pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's see. So your fortune from my end is your happiness is your responsibility in bed. So,
while gooning.
That's right.
That's right.
Two instruction manuals.
Someone is looking up to you. Don't let that person down. While gooning.
In bed?
While gooning.
Oh my God.
I can never get it to.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Focus properly.
Well, I think that's another one in the books. You got anything else to say before we head out?
Just that I want our man. What is it? Sanjeet? Is that what you said? Something like that? Sandeep. No, Sandeep. I wanted to make more manuals. I want Forbidden West. Definitely. I want Remake Intergrade. I want Rebirth.
Yeah, definitely.
I want everything behind me, but those are the ones that I really want. that could get dangerous. If he makes every game I have, I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna go poor because I have.
That's what I mean. If he had come out with a bunch of them, which I mean maybe he will. I will literally buy physical to get those of games that I would originally get just digitally.
He has a couple Switch games too, so I don't know if he's gonna start doing more of those.
Interesting.
I would get if he did a. No, that said, fucking Nintendo's gonna sue him, and that's the problem there.
That's the thing.
But if he did the Mario Galaxies, if he did the two Zeldas, if he did stuff like that, awesome. I would absolutely.
That would be so awesome.
I would absolutely buy those.
Yeah, buy him before he gets sued, and then there'd be collector's items.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for us, folks. Thanks for joining us. If you like what you heard or saw, we have our Discord community in the description. Feel free to join. It is free, and join our shenanigans and our missing of our bro Silkanet, who will hopefully be back soon. And thanks everybody for joining us. And I believe we will see you next week. I think sounds good.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, folks. Well, thank you very much, and we will see you next time.
Later, guys.
See ya.